What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Trash Movie Trading Cards. And today for Trash Pick Thursdays, we're going to be predestining ourselves to look at some Journey Together cards that we hope to open during our live stream next week. Then we're going to be doing two PC ETBs, two regular ETBs. Going to be absolute awesome, absolute bangers. The pull rates are insane. So we're going to look at the cards that we're hoping to pull and just kind of appreciate where they're at and kind of analyze where the market is at currently and how it's currently trending. Let's check this out. All right, everybody. So we are on TCG Player, and we are looking at Journey Together. That is the new Pokemon set that just came out, and we're going to be looking at some of the cards that are in the set and kind of where they're at in the market, and just kind of like hone in on where the prices are currently trending, and if these cards have potential to go even lower, and should we grab them now while they're low, or do we think they're going to kind of like go up again? We're not financial advisors or anything like that. This is just our honest opinion for our personal collection. So if you remember when this set first came out, this was the chase. There was copies being sold on eBay for like $600 to $700, pre-selling PSA 10s for an astronomical amount of money, and we are on a straight downtrend where items are being sold 175 to 249. We have a near mint listed at 200, and then with a reputable seller, we have 220. So it's a massive difference between the 600 that we were seeing when the set first came out. Don't get me wrong. Absolute gorgeous card, but we kind of have to wait for this to become established with rated slabs to see where that price mark is going to go. The second card we have is a Salamence EX, and again, this one kind of bounced down. It already kind of bottomed out and starting like a little bit of a retrace here on the upside. That does not mean that it's going to go that way. And again, if you are viewing PSA, please pay attention because people do ship or do sell Japanese cards under the English listing, even though there is a Japanese section on PSA. I'm sorry, on TCG Player. Now, you have a near mint for 128, and this is for the Salamence EX. Again, a beautiful card, and it is on a little bit of a retracement. That doesn't mean it's going to go back up. It just kind of means that the card has gained some more attention versus the Lily's Clefairy, and is a little bit more value coming back into it. The next one is the Enzorks EX. Again, this one's on the straight downtrend, no retracement yet. You have a near mint Japanese at 99, and then the regular near mint at 104. Again, it's not from a top rated TCG seller, but you know, you risk it to get the biscuit. You might get a little bit of a discount, but you do have one at 111. So if you want to do the $6-ish more dollars, not even the $4 more dollars to get the seller, why not? So that would be a nice little pickup. Again, these cards we are discussing in our Discord that these cards are probably going to continue to go down because there's such a large availability of pulls that, you know, we're going to look at these cards kind of like bottoming out like Paradox Rift or one of the other sets just because of the large amount of product available and how well these cards get pulled. Now, on the opposite end, we have this card who has skyrocketed at 200%. Now, that doesn't mean that's going to keep going up. As you kind of see, we had a little bit of market retracement here. And so it kind of spiked here at 126. Now it's kind of like adjusting itself at $98. You have a near mint at 93. And no reputable sellers until second page at 103.49. So wouldn't be a bad pickup. I actually kind of like this better than Lily's Clefairy. This is got a lot more artwork, and Iono has always been a more popular character in the Pokemon universe, but that's just my opinion. And they do have some other Iono cards, so people do collect Iono as a trainer. And then you have Hops the Cane. This is a beautiful card. The artwork looks really good. Again, this is on that downtrend we're looking at right here. So, you know, where will these cards go to? Where's they're going to be the bottom margin? We don't know. But again, this set did just come out last week. And so, you know, these prices have to stabilize themselves. So I wouldn't be surprised if these cards continue to kind of stabilize and trend up and down and small little micro gaps as well. Now, the reason that this Zork has gone up is because there's a misprint where there's the wrong Zork printed on the shadow. And so that's kind of like made this card more appeasing, but you do see that uptrend here at 14% to $39. And then you have a near mint for $39.11, $42.98. So, and then you have a $54.99. It's not the most expensive card in the set, a very pretty secret, but again, you need to see that market settlement before we FOMO in. And again, you have a little bit on the Volcanion. So this will kind of hit a wall, and so where the wall is, it's like there's no continued downtrend, it just stopped, and now we're kind of trending to the right with no up or down, which isn't bad. It's good for the card itself to establish where that price point is going to be at. But again, you have sellers, and then you have top rated seller here at 37 plus 399 shipping. So 37 for this card is not bad at all. Again, keep in mind that once these cards get graded and slabs start coming out, that it might just be more affordable to buy the slabs when they're fresh at a PSA 10 versus trying to get the card, get it graded yourself. But that's just my opinion. This Articuno is absolutely gorgeous. I do think that this is one of the cards that is going to explode in price, especially with how popular the tag team Articuno Zapdos card is, and especially the stained glass card. So I do think this card is supremely undervalued. But again, we're still on that downtrend. So we're hoping that card might push down into like the early 30s and high 20s in value, and then pick up a couple for our personal collection there at that price point. And then when it settles, we can then say, hey, like, we have a couple. So then you also have the Iono's Belly Bolt. This is the secret version. This is on the downtrend. It did kind of hit a wall down here and did stop. And so we are looking for that. 35.96 is not bad for a price point there. Now, don't forget that you can get box topper promos, right? So you do have box topper promos that are stamped Journey Together. Again, for these, this is a beautiful card. Absolutely gorgeous. It is on the downtrend still, down here at 18.99. And so people are hawking these up left and right. But if these continue to go down, again, popularity of the product, the box toppers are only available in booster boxes themselves. There's no box toppers anywhere else. But in comparison, you have the stamped one, which I think would be harder to pull at a market price of $19.47, and then the regular illustration rare at $25.34. I personally would rather have the stamped one, but that's just me. And then you have Iono's Kilowattrel. Absolutely beautiful card. I definitely think this is another undervalued card. But as we see that downtrend down here, we have cards being listed as cheap as $15.75. So this might even dip into the tens or $9 range in the potential as the printing of these cards continue to flood the market. And that's kind of like what controls market price versus not. And so that's why accessibility is important to cards. I mean, you have some other really pretty cards. Now, pull ratios are really, really good. So if you guys are checking out this video and you want to get an ETB, from what we have seen other people open, they are really, really good pull rates. We'll be opening up 2 PC ETBs and 2 regular ETBs live on our stream on Saturday the 12th, just to see what we get inside our ETBs and hopefully get Lili's Clefairy, just because it's the chase right now. But as you see, there's a plethora of illustration rares and hyper rares and ultra rares that are in this set that are not expensive whatsoever. And as we see these cards kind of stabilize themselves, we will see those prices continue to downtrend until they establish themselves in the market. This Lycanroc is absolutely gorgeous. And I think that, again, this is one of the cards that if you can get it, if the price points right now at $5, a PSA 10 probably will go for like 35, 40. Definitely a solid steal to get as the set establishes itself, because these cards, as Team Rocket does come out, does have the potential to, again, increase just like we saw with other Team Rocket influenced cards, Brock Scouting, and so on. So this is just to highlight some of the cards we're hoping to get, kind of see where the market was for some of the cards and how this set is trending, which for the most part, all these sets are trending downwards just because the cards need to stabilize themselves before they decide to pick back up and gain traction. But our favorite card, I think, out of this, if I had to choose which card was my favorite right now, I think it's a tie. I like the Iono's Belly Bolt. That's a really pretty card. But I do like this End's Reshiram stamped Journey Together, just because I have an appreciation for stamped cards. And even this Zork is pretty cool, but those are my 2 favorite out of the set. I don't know, for it, that is really detailed artwork, especially for only $10. Let's take a look at that. That is detailed. This would look great in a slab. That's a really, I think my wife might actually like that card. All right, well, enough of me rambling. Thank you guys, and yeah, that is our looks at Journey Together. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I just want to say thank you so much for checking out our Trash Pick Thursdays and our first look at Journey Together, seeing how the market is trending and where it's going. I just wanted to say thank you for all the wonderful support that we've been having, and don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, hit up our Discord if you have any questions. We do talk a lot in our Discord. We are going to be at the CSA show on Saturday, and hoping to pick up some cards for some of our viewers. And then we will be doing a Venn show live on the 19th of April. So check us out there on YouTube as well. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Don't forget, if you're not trash, you're not great. I'm just kidding. Everybody's great. We all love you. Thank you so much for being a part of the Trash family. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Deuces, y'all.